Good morning, children. How are you, children? I hope you are doing well. Today, let us start a new chapter of chemistry. The name of the chapter is Materials, Metals and Non-Metals. On the basis of general properties, materials are divided into two types, metals and non-metals. We generally look for a metal when we need a strong material. This is because metals are generally hard and strong. For example, aluminium, iron, etc. Now let us discuss about metals. Now let us see first physical properties. The first property is malleability. The property of metals by which they can be beaten into thin sheets is called malleability. For example, gold and silver. Now let us see second property, ductility. The property of metal by which it can be drawn into wires is called ductility. For example, again gold and silver. Let us see third property, conduction of heat and electricity. Metals are good conductors of heat and electricity. For example, copper, aluminium, etc. Now let us see next property, sonorous. Metals produce a ringing sound when struck hard. For example, iron. Next property is lustrous. Metals have shining appearance. So all metals have their own metallic luster. For example, gold, silver, etc. Such metals can be polished also. Next property is hardness. Metals are hard and strong. They can bear heavy loads. They have high tensile strength. Now let us see the physical properties of non-metals. Non-metals are non-malleable. Non-metals are non-ductile. Non-metals are bad conductors of heat and electricity. Non-metals are non-sonorous. Non-metals are non-lustrous or dull in appearance. Non-metals are not hard, but they are brittle. Now let us see the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. First property is reaction with oxygen. First activity is metals like iron and magnesium reacts very fast with oxygen. Next activity is non-metals like sulfur reacts very fast in oxygen. Next reaction is reaction with water. We will do one activity. Metals like sodium reacts with water very fast. Metals like iron reacts with water very slowly. So children, you might have observed that iron, it reacts very slowly, and you can see rusting of iron in the surrounding. Non-metals do not react with water. So few non-metals are stored in water. For example, phosphorus. Now let us see next property, reaction with acids. Metals react with acid and produces hydrogen gas. Non-metals do not react with acids. Now let us see next reaction, reaction with bases. Metals react with bases to produce hydrogen gas. Non-metals reaction are very complex with bases. Now let us see next type of reaction. It is known as displacement reaction. Now children, let us see what is meant by a displacement reaction. A more reactive metal can displace a less reactive metal, but a less reactive metal cannot displace a more reactive metal. To understand displacement reactions, we will do two activities. First activity is to show displacement reaction between copper sulfate and iron. And second activity is to identify displacement reaction in the given solution. So children, I will be doing so many activities. So watch these activities carefully children, because you have to write observation, conclusion, procedure, precautions of these activities. And children, try to understand the concepts given in this chapter. So in the next lecture, I will be explaining you the properties of metals and non-metals, and I will be explaining you the chemical properties also. I will demonstrate this activities also. So children, watch these activities carefully. So children, try to understand all these chemical properties also. Study well children. Be healthy. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you children.